Yes, I transferred to a private Christian college to follow a boy and to get my MRS degree. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I wanted to share some lessons that I learned from being a Christian in a state school and the real reason why I transferred to a private Christian college. And I've got my notes right here because I am a rambler and I can talk for days. Me and you both don't want that. Disclaimer, the things that I'll be talking about are the things that I experienced personally, and it won't be the same for everyone. And I'm not trying to bash one school over the other. I'm just sharing my experiences. And now that we're done with that, let's get into the video. Let's go. Before I even went off to college, I was that kid that had zero clue as to what they were gonna be and what they were gonna do. So I did what any other young adolescent did. I went online and took those career tests. But it was funny because I would always get performing arts, and somehow on every single test that I did, dancer would always be on there. Your girl is not a dancer. It would be like dancer or choreographer or ballerina, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. But I think the reason why I was performing arts is because I did theater for 4 years, so that's probably where they picked up on the creativity and the weirdness of myself. So my sister and I went to Ole Miss together, and we started in the fall of 2016, and I was there till fall of 2018. The first lesson that I learned is to not pick a major solely based on how much the salary is. So at that time, I had a bunch of different people telling me to just pick a major that makes money and that you can have a long career in. And I also had people saying, just follow your dreams and do what you love, and you want to wake up every single day and be excited for your job. But the problem I was having was I didn't know what I wanted to do in life, so I just went ahead and went with the money. First mistake. After I started college, I decided to major in pharmacy because I knew some people that were in it as well, and I was like, hey, I can ask you for advice and ask for tips. The reason why I say don't pick a major solely based on the money and the salary that you'll be making is because your heart isn't truly into it and you're not enjoying the things that you're learning, so you are basically forcing yourself to continue on studying, and it's not going to help you when you have the long nights and the hard tests and the pop quizzes. So I highly suggest finding a major that you love. I learned very quickly that going into pharmacy was not cheap. It was not cheap whatsoever. And it takes some extra years in college to complete. So you're not just doing the basic 4 years. You're doing, I think, maybe 3 more years. I was already looking at the future debt that would accumulate over the years, plus the debt I already had, which, by the way, I almost wasn't able to go back to school because of. So yeah, your girl learned really fast that pharmacy was not for her. Alrighty, the second lesson is to discover what your preferred learning environment is. Ole Miss, there are 5 people there. I'm kidding, no. There is a lot of people at Ole Miss. A lot of people. And coming from a high school where there wasn't that many people in the classrooms, it was so weird on my first couple of days when I'm walking around and there's just thousands of people everywhere. And also in my human A&P class, I sat in the front row, but I turn around and there's 200 more jokers behind me. And I'm like, what? This is wild. I started to realize that I was just a number. I was just one out of 20,000 people, and that's not what I wanted my college experience to be like. And so I wanted a teacher who knew my name and cared about the students and wasn't just looking at them as being a letter grade. And one of my friends back at Ole Miss went to our teacher and was like, hey, so I'm failing. I really need help. What are your tips that I can do to bring my grade up? And she literally told this man to stop worrying and then send him out of the office. That is not going to help this man. He is coming to you to get advice, and you just don't send students away. So from that point on, I was just kind of like, okay, this is interesting. The last lesson that I wanted to share with you guys before moving into why I transferred to Freed-Hardeman is, in my opinion, the most important one out of all of them, and that is to make an intentional effort to surround yourself with positive people and those who will encourage you and stand by you as you try to find your place in this world. Because finding your identity in a place where there's 20,000 other people trying to do the same thing was extremely hard, and I will definitely be making another video or making a video on finding your identity, because I think I struggled with that for a long time, and I realize now how important it is to have your own identity and to be your own person. I was blessed when I was back at Ole Miss to go to a church that had people and friends there that were loving and supporting, and I'm so blessed that I got to learn and grow from them over the last 2.5 years. However, being a Christian at a state school can be very hard and really lonely at times, honestly. So people might not invite you to different events, that might treat you differently. So it can feel like you're all alone, and I personally experienced that over my time that I was there, but it wasn't really bad until my last semester there, and I will definitely be making a video over how I overcame that loneliness and just this anxiety and pressure and all that other stuff that was happening during that semester, but that'll definitely be in another video. And don't get me wrong, I met some really awesome Christians and some awesome people that I still talk to and that I love dearly, but I think that trying to find Christian influences outside of those people was very difficult. And what most people actually don't know is that right before I went off to college, that's when I got baptized. So I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before I went back to school, I got baptized. So being a new Christian at this large university where there are so many people that weren't followers of Christ and didn't believe the way you did and try to test you and try to test your faith and intentionally did things to try and be a stumbling block to you and try to discourage you. So as a new Christian, that was hard. That is hard. Very hard to make sure you stay grounded in your faith and focus on the end goal, which is going to heaven. Third lesson is to find positive people and positive influences that are going to benefit you and push you towards your end goal. So now we can move on into the real reason why I transferred to a Christian college. I'm at Freed-Hardeman right now. But before we do that, I need some coffee. I am like a coffee addict. So let's go make some coffee because I got a new thing of creamer I haven't tried. So I'm super excited to try it. So let's go. You know what? We're gonna go with this one. So typically I drink hazelnut, but today we're going for this one because I've never tried it. And we're back, friends. Let me try this out. Yeah, okay, it's pretty good. Yes, I transferred to a private Christian college to follow a boy and to get my MRS degree. No, no, that's not it at all. Obviously with a big decision like that, you always have some pushback on it. And no, I wasn't following a boy. I was literally following what I felt God was leading me to, and I was doing what was best for me. And that was the first time in my life that I have ever done that, and so obviously you're gonna get some pushback. So there were things that were tying me to Ole Miss and what kept me there for so long, but over time the things that held me there kind of went away. Honestly, I feel like I was using those ties to stay in my comfort zone and to protect me from ever stepping out and doing my own thing. I would say the main reason why I transferred to a different school was because I needed a chance to grow personally and to find my own identity. As that final semester kept getting harder and harder and harder, and like I was mentioned earlier, I just felt more and more alone. I knew that God was showing me, hey, there's nothing left for you here. You just genuinely aren't happy there. And I realized that I was basically fitting myself into this picture that other people had of me at the time and hoping that I would become that person. I'm back at my final semester at Ole Miss and things are very hard, very complicated. I was like clinging to God during that time because I felt so alone. School was incredibly hard. Everything was so hard. Anything you can think of, it was hard. And God showed me in that final semester, like, no, honey, this isn't for you. Whenever I would talk to Keith on the phone, because we were long distance for a minute, he would tell me about how awesome his teachers are and how fantastic his Bible classes were. And I'm like, I want a piece of that. I want to have that slice of like joy and happiness. I went and visited the school, fell in love with it, didn't want to leave, but I had to go back because I had finals week. I was just really enjoying my visit there, and it was fantastic. It tastes good, but it smells like cherry cough medicine. Like, how can you taste so good but smell so bad? Wow. I think I'll go back to hazelnut. Taking chances and changing your life takes a lot of sacrifice and making decisions intentionally. And even though I had to leave things behind at Ole Miss, I gained more than I lost. Honestly, don't know where I would be right now. I probably wouldn't even make a YouTube channel. I probably wouldn't even be sitting here like talking your ear off right now. But I gained so much more from freed-hardeman. So my relationship with Keith grew exponentially, and we ended up getting engaged and then getting married, and now I'm here being a wife. My roommate actually became like the very best friend I've ever had. I love her so much. I love Hannah so much. She's the best thing ever since like gluten-free sliced bread. Keith and I are so blessed to have two other married couples that got married within the same year as us, and they were in our wedding, and they have been such a stinking blessing to us. So if me and Keith are like fighting over something, and we can open up to them, and they can be like, hey, we experienced the same thing, and the other one will be like, yeah, we experienced the same thing too. So you know that these things are normal. Opportunity to grow as a group. So they went from all being college friends, and then I came into the mix, then we're all engaged friends, and now we're all married friends, and then we're all gonna be married friends with kids eventually. So it's just really cool to be with some amazing, awesome people that I love very much, and that are so awesome. And yeah, as you can see, I love them so much because I like can't stop smiling. We have smaller classes so you can get to know each other better. And it's been really awesome to be able to talk to people about literally anything. Like me and Hannah can literally go from talking about cute corgi puppies all the way to different biblical ideas and questions that we might have. I found a major that I love. I'm doing like graphic design, web design, kind of hybrid child thing. And I'm also looking into marketing. I literally feel like I am at a Christian Disney World sometimes because everyone is so sweet, everyone's so friendly. I just get the opportunity to learn from some awesome teachers and professors and Bible teachers. What's really freaking awesome is that like I can see them on Tuesday in class and then worship with them on Wednesday. Like what? That's so cool. You could talk to them about anything. Like I could go in there and talk to my computer science teacher about learning Python, but then also be like, hey, I'm struggling with this part as being a wife. What do I do? And just like any other college, Christian colleges have their imperfections as well, but I'm learning and growing spiritually and as a person, and so it's all worth it. And I am just so glad that I transferred school. Overall, this has been a very long video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you made it this far, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment down below what major and what school you went to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Wow, my ear is ringing